What's good? It's Brittany Sunshyne. Welcome to Flower and Fire, where we revelate, reflect, and remember to dig deep as we keep each other company along the way. And don't forget to believe in your daydreams. Let's dive in. So I am wondering if Dr. Joe Dispenza learned from Neville Goddard. I wonder if he's ever shared, if he has or hasn't, because I was just listening to the talk that Neville Goddard gave on changing the state. And by the way, from Spirit, I remember having this thought while I was just deep in study in the Word, and it was like, I was like, Eve, being deceived isn't just that chick, that's kind of the story of all of us, and we didn't know we were deceived, and we didn't know that we're not, living in the fullness of the garden. And then we find out, I remember having that revelation to be like, that's not just this one chick, it's funny. It's really funny when we get mad at Eve. By the way, that thought has never occurred to me. That we all just point fingers at Eve. That's some of the deepest, ignorance. No offense. As my bonus daughter would say, in a nice way, though, okay? Or when she was young. But anyway. Yo. Because the reason I asked, I wonder if Dr. Joe Dispenza has ever studied Neville Goddard, because it's kind of like Joe learned this state, becoming a certain state and residing in a state of mind kind of thing. It's like Joe took that and then went and proved it in science and in quantum physics, and then, and then taught it from the body chemistry angle and the brain chemistry angle and then the thought waves angle. So anyway, our thoughts really are waves. And what's wild about it is they really are developing technology to be able to measure those thought waves, read them. So that's interesting to think about and a little bit nutty. Well, let's continue talking about making our selection, which is what we started with yesterday. This whole concept of changing the state is a key part of making our selection, or it's actually kind of it's how to initiate the catalyst of causing the selection to show up. And so once you make the selection, you write it down. And you write it down from the perspective of now and or it has already happened. And just kind of on the other side of kind of your future self is writing your divine team and your old self a letter. So it's what up, divine team, including your old self, being you would not believe it here, maybe you would. Well, maybe don't start with declaring that you don't believe it. See, look at the way that our language is set up to deceive us, to betray us. We have got to be paying attention to the words that we say. Because there's some words where I'm that's not what that means. You know what I'm saying? We use it in an expression. Unbelievable. What we're saying, what we mean in the expression is that is fascinatingly, amazing, wild, that's exceedingly abundantly far above anything that you could have thought, asked, or imagined. But instead we say unbelievable, almost like putting this weird spin on it of shutting it down. Anyway, I don't know if I can come up with any more examples, but they're all over the place. So just watch what you say, watch what other people say, and and it's like we've all learned how to just look past the actual word because we know what they mean. But what's wild is like our mouths are shaping life. Okay, so making our selection. So here's an example of what you could write. You're like, what up, divine team? Thank you so much for everything you did. Look at our divine team. We came together in the spirit of the essence of life. Like riding the tsunami wave of living water, completely demolishing every stronghold, like I gotta turn that into a word that makes sense to some people that don't know that word. Freaking overcoming the systems of man of the credit system. How about that? Overcoming systems of man of like the tracking, like miraculously there was no way, there was no way according to this realm that I was going to be able to quantum leap into, okay, I'm trying to speak in the other language. So according to this realm, where I was at in my life, there was no way. It was like literally impossible according to the natural realm standards of this plane that I would ever kind of catch up, like financially, and like maybe it has to do with schooling, or like maybe it has to do with where you live in the world, and just, according to that realm, it was impossible. I was standing against this brick wall, or I was trapped in this brick wall room, and it seemed like I would never get out of it. And then this living water tsunami wave came and just like washed away that brick wall room as if it was just like cardboard, just like no problem. And somehow the revelation came to me to understand how to make my selection and apply active beliefs, activity, and a couple key it's just really so simple. Honestly, it's so simple. Just a few key revelations, like, and practices, and then bada bing, bada boom, like, here we go. It's so wild. It's amazing. It's exceedingly, abundantly, far above anything you could have ever thought to ask for according to your current life. It's abundantly more. It's abundantly more relief than you could even fantasize about right now. Because it's so far off the grid of your current experience. And it is so. And it shall be so, So it is, and so it shall be. I can't even tell you what it's like. But I will tell you exactly what it's like. See? There's one. I'm going to tell you exactly what it's like. It's wild to have every day be illuminated by purpose, by flow. So that not this crazy time pressure. Ease, grace, peace, privacy when you want it. And knownness, for your purpose. Just perfectly you. And there's abundance. So just deposits coming from all over the place. Some some you're expecting, some you don't know, and they're just passive. It's just you don't even know they're coming. They're just coming. And it's for wisdom. It's for your gifts that you've exchanged. It's an exchange. And it's multiplied by the value of divinity, which is a lot. It's a very valuable multiplier right there. And there's this exhale, this relief, just like, wow, just to know that everything is handled and to live in that space. Money just loves, you respect money and money respects you. You love money and money loves you. And you still are rooted in the righteous, good things, the things that actually matter, and not enslaved to the dogma of the things that don't. You really are free now. And it keeps creating more freedom in layers and layers and layers. Anyway, it's a wonderful place to be. And it's only going to keep getting better. Be blessed, be well, be free.